Imagine that each Buddhist teaching is a small spark, a light that can transform our view of the world and ourselves. But for these teachings to touch our essence, they often need to be translated into something that we can feel, visualize, and understand in the depths of our being. Today, we will explore visual metaphors that Buddhism offers us to achieve this understanding. These are images that speak to the heart, symbols that reveal the depth of peace, detachment, resilience, and presence in the here and now. With each metaphor, we will reflect together on how to apply these lessons to our everyday lives. May you see, feel, and absorb each image, bringing a little more serenity and clarity to your journey. Lesson 1. Inner peace. The mind is like a lake. Visualize a lake, still and silent, where the sky and surrounding mountains are perfectly reflected in its waters. When he is calm, he is a crystal clear mirror that shows every detail around him clearly. But when rocks are thrown or the wind blows, waves appear, distorting the reflection, and the lake loses its serenity. Our mind is like this lake. When it is calm, we can clearly see our emotions, our thoughts, and also see the beauty around us. But when troubled by worries, fears, and anxieties, our vision becomes clouded, and we lose connection with our inner peace. Practice. Today, experience a moment of silence. Choose a moment of the day to simply observe your mind as if you were in front of this lake. If disturbing thoughts arise, observe them as you would observe a stone sinking in water. Breathe, and let the lake of your mind regain its natural calm. Lesson 2. Detachment. The leaves fall from the branch. Imagine a tree in late autumn. Its leaves, once green and vibrant, now wither and little by little, fall away from the branches and fall gently to the ground. The tree does not fight to maintain them. It allows the cycle to take its course, surrendering to the natural process of renewal. This is what detachment is like. We often cling to things, people, situations, and ideas as if they were parts of us, fearing that we will lose them. But detachment, according to Buddhist teaching, does not mean indifference, but rather trust. It is the understanding that everything has its time, and that each leaf that falls makes room for new leaves in the following season. Practice. Today, notice a small moment of letting go in your life. It could be an object, an emotion, or a thought that you are attached to. Become aware of this attachment and, for a moment, allow yourself to let this leaf fall. Feel the lightness that comes with letting go of it, like a tree preparing for the spring that is yet to come. Lesson 3. Self-confidence. The mountain that stands the wind. Imagine a mountain. It is there, firm and imposing, facing storms and strong winds. While everything around it may be shaken, the mountain remains unshakable, supported by its own deep roots and solid foundation. This mountain represents self-confidence. Just like her, we can remain firm even when the wind of criticism, difficulties, or doubts tries to shake us. Self-confidence in Buddhism is not about being inflexible or ignoring changes around us, but about having a solid foundation in who we are. Knowing that, despite the challenges, we have the strength to continue, like a mountain that resists the wind. Practice. Whenever you face a challenging situation today, remember the mountain. Breathe deeply, feel grounded, and ask yourself, what keeps me grounded? Allow yourself to feel that inner confidence, which is as solid and unchanging as the mountain, and face the challenge with serenity. Lesson 4. Connection with the present moment. The flower that blooms. Imagine a flower. It does not blossom all at once, but little by little, petal by petal, on its own journey of revelation. She doesn't rush, she doesn't try to reach the end quickly, because each phase, from the closed bud to full bloom, is precious and unique. The flower lives completely in the moment it is in, accepting the natural cycle of life. In Buddhism, this flower is a symbol of the present. Every moment we live fully, it is as if we blossom, leaving aside the rush and anxiety of the future. When we are whole in the now, we experience the beauty of life in its depth, like a flower that opens in each new moment. Practice. Throughout the day, choose a simple task, like taking a sip of water or feeling the wind on your face. Try being completely present, savoring this moment as if it were unique. Let yourself blossom like a flower, absorbing the moment with your entire being. Lesson 5. Acceptance and resilience. The bamboo that bends with the wind. Imagine a bamboo tree in the middle of a strong storm. It doesn't break, it doesn't resist rigidly. Instead, it bends, adapts to the force of the wind, and when the storm passes, it returns to its original position, unharmed and even stronger. Bamboo knows that flexibility is its greatest strength. This is the teaching of acceptance and resilience. We often face challenges that seem too intense. The temptation is to harden, resist what comes, but Buddhism teaches us that it is in flexibility that we find strength. Accepting what we cannot control and flowing with events makes us stronger and more resilient. Practice. When faced with an obstacle today, imagine yourself as the bamboo. Instead of becoming rigid against the problem, allow yourself to become flexible. Accept what is beyond your control and ask yourself, how can I adapt to this? Find in this adaptation the strength that bamboo demonstrates in each storm. Lesson 6. Detachment from other people's opinions. The clouds that pass in the sky. Imagine the sky. Sometimes it is clear, other times it is full of clouds of all kinds, some light and fleeting, others dense and heavy. But regardless of the clouds that cover it, the sky remains untouched and wide, knowing that the clouds are temporary and will take their course. The opinions of others are like these clouds. They arise, cover us, sometimes cause a shadow or storm in our mind, but they can also pass. Buddhist teaching reminds us not to hold on to the criticism or praise we receive, but to keep our essence intact and unlimited, like the sky. Peace comes when we recognize that these judgments are fleeting and that our true nature is broader than any opinion. Practice. When you hear criticism or praise today, observe it as you would a cloud. Ask yourself, does this opinion reflect who I really am? Let it float without getting attached and connect with the sky of your essence, which is constant and unchanging. Lesson 7. Cultivating self-knowledge. The dark cave lit by a candle. Imagine yourself in a dark cave. Inside, everything is unknown, maybe even a little scary. But then, you light a small candle, and in the soft light, you begin to see the shapes around you, revealing hidden secrets and details that were previously in the dark. Even if the candle doesn't light everything at once, each step makes the path a little clearer. This cave represents our inner world, full of emotions, memories, and aspects that we often prefer not to see. But the candle symbolizes self-knowledge, the courage to illuminate those parts of ourselves that, although hidden, are part of who we are. In Buddhism, this journey of self-discovery is essential for our evolution and for finding true peace, because the more we know our essence, the less we are controlled by what is hidden. Practice. Today, take a moment to reflect on an emotion or aspect of yourself that you normally avoid. Imagine lighting that side with a small candle of compassion and curiosity, without judgment. Ask yourself, what can I learn about myself from this part that hides in the shadows? Let this light bring understanding and acceptance, even if just one small step at a time. Throughout this journey of metaphors, we explore simple but profound images that can serve as guides in your everyday practice. The mind is a lake, the tree that drops its leaves, the firm mountain, the blossoming flower, the flexible bamboo, the infinite sky, and the candlelit cave. Each of these metaphors carries with it an essential Buddhist teaching. They are reminders that the path to self-knowledge and inner peace is a continuous process, and each lesson can be a supporting point on this journey. As you go about your day, allow these visual images to resonate in moments of challenge, doubt, or reflection. May you feel the calm of the lake, the lightness of detachment, the strength of the mountain, and the flexibility of bamboo. And, in the end, share in the comments which of these metaphors resonated most with you. Remember that true practice begins in the small moments of each day, and that these metaphors can be beacons that guide your gaze to the peace that has always been within you. Leave it in the comments. Which of these metaphors resonated most with you? Are there any of these teachings that you already apply or want to try in your daily life? Your experience and reflections are fundamental to creating a community of support and mutual learning. If this content brought you inspiration and clarity, show your support by liking it and sharing it with someone who might also find value in these teachings. So together, we can expand this message and reach more people who seek peace and understanding. And if you're not already part of this journey, subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss the next videos. The journey continues now. Choose one of the videos on screen to discover new practices and insights. And for something deeper, access our ebook, Zen Meditations for Everyday Life, with 30 simple and transformative practices. The link is in the first pinned comment. Thank you for sharing this journey, and we'll see you in the next step.